Let's be honest, friends. Most people have no clue what the heck life coaching actually is. And some people hear the word coach and they immediately think athlete or fitness coach or motivational speaker or author even, or my least favorite, influencer. Life coaching is none of those things. And it might just be the career that you are destined to have. It might be the business that you're destined to start, or it might be the person you're destined to hire. But let's get into it today. If we haven't met before, my name is Liv Chapman. I'm the CEO and co-founder of IGC Coaching School, where we have trained and certified thousands of ICF or internationally accredited coaches, and we know a thing or two about what coaching actually is and ultimately what it isn't. So by the end of this episode, I want you to have a super clear understanding of what coaching is. You should be able to really explain what it is and how it's different than different other modalities that people may use to help themselves, and why it's actually one of the fastest growing fields in the world, and how to get into it if you feel like you're a good fit for this type of role. Before we kind of get into the intricacies or the art of coaching, I do want to talk about what coaching isn't, because there are so many misconceptions about what a coach is. And I can promise you it's not an advice giver and it's not an influencer who's selling a get rich quick coaching scheme. All right. What coaching is not. It's definitely not therapy. We have other episodes on this topic, but coaching and therapy are not the same. Therapy is very much, if I'm going to just really simplify it, therapy has a lot to do with healing the past. There's often a diagnosis involved, and ultimately coaching is neither of those. We're not past focused whatsoever when it comes to coaching, and we can absolutely not diagnose people if we are coaches and not therapists or medical professionals. Coaching focuses on the present and the future. I've used this analogy before and I feel like it's super helpful, so I'm going to say it again. Therapy is a lot like archaeology. We're looking to the past to figure out why we are the way that we are. In coaching, it's more like architecture. We are given this foundation. We are given this place to build from, and we are acknowledging who the person is or what the thing is in the present. We are also planning how to build the future. Coaching is very, very much future and creation based. Another one that gets commonly confused with coaching is consulting. Consultants give answers. They often give advice. They are telling you exactly what to do, what to implement, how to take action, whereas coaches are asking questions. So as a great coach, I cannot tell you exactly what to do. I would not tell you exactly what to do. I do not believe that my answers are the same as your answers. So in coaching, we are asking way more questions than we are giving answers. In fact, inside of a very well done coaching session, which I'm going to link a video here about how to run a really well done coaching session, so that if you don't know and you want to get into this, you now know. The reality is that the coach is only speaking about 20 to 30% of the time. The client is using this space to answer the questions or generate a lot of responses, reflections, ideas, actions, commitments, all of that. So it's not even a space where the coach is yapping, like this podcast, for example. All right. So consulting, also very different from coaching. Coaching and consulting are not the same. I will say that a lot of people offer a mixture of both coaching and consulting. That is absolutely fine. Most highly successful coaches are also using another modality like teaching or training or mentorship or consulting. That's okay, but they are different services. And speaking of mentorship, coaching is not mentorship. Mentorship comes from sharing experience. So you're doing a lot of sharing your personal experience, what worked for you, and, offering that as something that could work for someone else. Again, a great thing to do. We mentor people in IGC Coaching School all the time. However, again, it is different than coaching, because coaching, we are not drawing on our experience to tell you how to have your experience. We are empowering you to come up with your own answers, your own way of thinking, being, and doing things. So in quick summary, a therapist really helps you heal. A consultant tells you what to do, and a coach helps you how to figure out what you want to do and then go do it. And I want to share a quick story about my first ever experience with coaching. I thought it was crap. I was so confused. I was like, what's a life coach anyway? That's so weird. And why would someone recommend that I need a life coach? I'm insulted. But when I had my very first coaching session, the coach asked me something incredibly powerful, which was so simple, but she asked me, what do I want? Because when I got on the call, I could tell you what my boyfriend wanted. I could tell you what my parents wanted for me. I could tell you what society wanted for me, but no one had ever said, hey, Olivia, what do you actually want in your life? And I was put at this place where I was like, I literally don't know. I don't know. But the reality is I did know. No one had ever created a safe enough space for me to actually explore that, and not only explore it and be like, well, I would love to, live by the beach and do this and have my own company. And then the person said, great, let's get to work. My coach said, let's get to work. What actions do we need to take to build this future for ourselves? All right. So it is about what you want. And it is about how you create your life and what you're going to do with it. So I'm a huge stand for coaching. The rest of it can complement coaching, but coaching is where the true transformation happens. When and only when it is done professionally, ethically, and dare I say correctly, because there is a correct and an incorrect way to coach. And I understand you don't need an ICF credential to be a great coach. Anyone can go pop coach on their bio and start selling coaching packages. That's fine. It's an unregulated industry. You don't need to be trained, but do you need to be trained? Do you feel confident to walk someone through a massive life transformation in which they're willing to pay, let's see, the current US national average of $297 per session? Do you feel that you can charge someone that, which is, sometimes thousands of dollars a month to work with you, when you are not confident that you can lead them through an actual coaching transformation, which means an end result that is generated by the client, not by you, a pathway that is created by the client in partnership with you, you as their accountability partner? Do you believe that you can walk someone through that? That's how you know if you need to be trained or not. Okay. What is life coaching? We know what it isn't. But life coaching in and of itself, and I said this a moment ago, is a partnership. The ICF defines it as a partnership of co-creation. So you are using your coaching skills, which I'm going to get into in a minute, to help your clients clarify their goals, overcome their obstacles, or remove any blocks. So when a client says, I really want XYZ, but you're helping them move all the buts away. All right. And you're helping them take action toward the life that they actually want, not the one you want for them, their parents want for them, their partner wants for them, the one they want for themselves. All right. And coaching is done. You clarify those goals, you remove those blocks, you do actions, you hold accountability by following the ICF or the International Coach Federation core competencies. So active listening, powerful questioning, creating awareness. This is one of my favorite pieces of it because people say, I don't need a coach. Coaches are they're scammers and they're this and they're that. Okay. Maybe people who pop coach on their bio, like I said, and don't actually know what they're doing and then want to meddle in someone's life. I agree, scammers. But professional coaches who know how to walk a client through this process are game changers. They are game changers. And one of the pieces of this that I love so much is this creating awareness aspect. Because the reality is, if you want to do something different in your life, you landed on this video, for example, you can Google how to do anything. But how many humans are actually going to follow through and do those things? Most of them are not. If everybody was going to be rich, fit, in love, healthy, successful, world traveler, blah, 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 we'd all be doing that, but we're not. I don't know what percentage of the population actually says that they reach some type of level of personally defined success or fulfillment, but I would bet that it's less than half, for sure. So needless to say, when Google isn't cutting it or ChatGPT isn't cutting it and that to-do list isn't getting done, people come to coaching because they need to create awareness around how they are being. So at IGC Coaching School, yes, we are rooted in the ICF core competencies, but we're also rooted in being-based coaching or ontological coaching. Ontology is the study of how you're being. How are you showing up to your own life? Are you acting as the person who gets what he or she wants? Are you being stubborn or reluctant or low energy or anti-committal? I might have made that up. Or combative or any of these, survival mechanisms or negative things. Are you being that way? And is that the reason why you have this to-do list, you have this goal, you know the exact actions you need to take to create the life that you want, but you're not doing it? So a coach comes in and they help you create awareness around this. This survival mechanism, this way of being may have served you in some aspect of your life, but is it serving you to create the new life you want moving forward? Probably not. And that cannot come from someone giving you advice, giving you answers, telling you what they would do if they were in your shoes. This can only come from someone deeply, deeply listening to you and being able to reflect back how you are being, not just what you are doing, but how you are being. In IGC, one of the lessons that we teach is around context and stories, or lenses in which you see the world. And some of those lenses in which people see the world are not helpful for the person that they want to become or the future that they want to create. All right. I could go on in a whole nother episode around creating awareness in the core competencies, but I don't know. You tell me in the comments. Would that be boring? All right. So the other thing about coaching is it's typically done in sessions. These sessions are highly organized. They are structured. Again, we have a whole video on that, how to structure a powerful coaching session. You are starting with connecting with your client, checking in with them. You are getting a coaching request, which means you actually have a clear and vivid understanding of what that client is on the phone with you or on the Zoom with you about. You know exactly what they want to walk away from the session with. No coaching request, no coaching call. No one's paying thousands of dollars for you to sit there and commiserate with them like a friend over a glass of wine. Okay. That's a different role. That is not one that's worthy of paid $300 an hour or more. I can promise you that. So we're connecting with them. They're getting the coaching request. We're coaching. We are gathering all of the commitments or action steps that they want to take outside of the call. And then we are asking them, or we are building some type of accountability system with our clients so that the main part of the coaching, which happens outside of the coaching call, truly actually happens. Meaning you're using coaching sessions to really get a handle on life. And then our clients, we want them to be empowered, to be well planned and structured and held accountable for going beyond the coaching session. So into real life and being and doing the things that they say that they're going to do to create the life that they say that they want. That's what coaching is. I hope that is clear. I know it's a lot. Like I said, you might want to go check out that video about how to structure a coaching call. It's going to really show you what a quality coaching session looks like. But it is, like I said, it's really about empowering the client to come up with a lot of the answers. And there are going to be some times where your client says, I really don't know. And you, of course, are able to give your thoughts and insight and feedback, but only second to the client having the space and the trust in you to hold that space to come up with their own answers. And until you've been a client of coaching, this might sound like vague or maybe even like, how could that be valuable? Trust me, it is. And that's why I also like coaching so much more than therapy, because I feel like therapy, I would just go and talk about the same thing over and over and over and over again, where in coaching, that's literally not allowed. The goal of coaching is change, it's creation, it's newness, it's future. So anyway, there's different things in life that happen that require different services for sure. But I can promise you, if you're watching this and you haven't worked with a coach before, but you've worked with a therapist and you're still feeling stuck, it's probably time to move from healing the past and into creating the future. So why does life coaching work? I mean, it's rooted in neuroscience. Like I said, the study of ontology is absolutely fascinating. I highly recommend you look into it. The study of how people are being. If you are aligned with the International Coach Federation, there are loads and loads and loads and years of research, which of course IGC is ICF accredited. So all of our training is based on all of this research, psychology, neuroscience, human potential research, goal setting research, grit research. There's so much good stuff. And that's where these ICF core competencies and ethics come from. And ultimately, people change faster when they are held accountable. People change faster when they are receiving high-level reflections. I called my business partner the other day and I said, tell me what the heck I am not seeing, because I'm running into the same obstacle again and again and again. I've tried every strategy. I have Googled, I have researched, I have made to-do lists. I have done. And I said, I must be missing something in my being. Who do I need to become, or how do I need to show up to this obstacle in order to get a new result? And she coached me in that moment to see something that I wasn't seeing. And that's the value of a coach. Only so much action we can do and not see results before we're like, okay, I need to face something perhaps bigger or different than I've ever seen before. And that's why coaching works so well, because you have to confront yourself. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. Self-awareness. Obviously, coaching works also because, as we know, it is a 4+ almost $5 billion industry at this point. And the main consumers of coaching are actually organizations, corporations, executives, high-level humans. So if high-level humans are investing in coaching, I think it's safe to say that it is a good and valid investment. I will also say those high-level humans who are investing in coaching will only 85% of them only will hire coaches that have credentials, which means they are professionally trained. They understand psychology of coaching, the art of coaching, neuroscience, ontology, all of those things, human behavior. They understand how to ask the right questions, how to reflect, how to hold accountability, how to hold space in a way that actually creates results. I don't believe that anybody can just get into the coaching industry and call themselves a coach and be successful. If you see people like that, I guarantee you they are selling you some type of marketing or sales program where it says anybody can be a coach. You just have to learn how to market. Scam. I believe that anyone who wants to demand a high level salary for a skill better be fully trained in that skill. And data agrees. Who hires coaches? I got into that a little bit already, but typically it is people who want to change. That is the bottom line. Coaching is all about change. It's all about creating results. We have a quiz that really walks you through, I would call it more of a self-assessment actually, to see what kind of coach you may be, because people are hiring business coaches, marketing coaches, leadership coaches, health coaches, wellness coaches, executive coaches, leadership coaches, career coaches. The list goes on and on. Relationship coaching is actually one of the fastest growing niches, but people are hiring coaches in all of these different areas because they actually want to create a different result in one of those areas. If you are watching this thinking about becoming a coach, or listening to this thinking about becoming a coach and not really sure which one of those you would fall in, go and take that assessment that I just mentioned, innerglowcircle.com/niche. It's going to help you evaluate all of your personal and professional experiences. And then you're going to be delivered a bunch of different niche options that would be a good fit for you, as well as in your email. So after you take the assessment, you have to check your email, because you're going to get something that helps you lay out a framework for your very first coaching offer. So you can kind of see how coaching offers are structured and how you could structure a coaching package and sell a coaching package to your ideal clients. Anyway, so coaching is done in all of these different areas. All of these different niches are possible, and people are hiring coaches in different niches every single day. All of this is exactly what we teach in IGC. If you are listening to this wondering if coaching is the right service for you, I hope this was helpful in you seeing, like, do you really need to go back and heal the past first, or are you ready to create forward movement? That's how you're going to decide between therapy and coaching. And I can also say those things go very well together. You may have a therapist who's also a coach. We have trained hundreds of therapists in IGC to also add coaching to their skill set. But I hope you have enough information to figure out if coaching is the right service for you. And if you've been thinking about getting into coaching, but you weren't really sure maybe how it might be different than what you're already doing, or maybe someone said, oh, you'd make a great life coach because you give such great advice and all that, that is definitely a start. And professional coaching is so much different and so much more. But it does start with a heart of service. It does start with you being the person that people genuinely want to go to when they're in need. You are an inspirational person. You are a helpful human. You are someone that people look up to. You are someone who does what they say that they are going to do. You are someone that inspires others. This is often people that are coming from helping careers, teachers like myself. I was a teacher, nurses, healthcare professionals, mental health care professionals, HR people, any of these types of industries typically, or careers, make amazing coaches. And I have to say, and the ICF research shows this too, women are dominating as coaches. 70% of professional paid coaches are now women. So listen, we do not discriminate against men. We welcome you. I hope more men become coaches, to be honest. But we also know that women are just natural helpers, and they want to see people win. And I know men do this too, so I really don't mean to say that, but the evidence is showing that more and more women are becoming the most successful coaches in the world. And so if empowering people to change their lives moves you, if this is what you know you want to do, I highly recommend you take a look at the notes below. We have the niche quiz. We have a free workshop for you to see if this is the right fit to get started in coaching. And I just want to say before we wrap that coaching really changed my life. Being asked what I want and having someone actually believe in it for the first time ever was a major, major game changer for me. And I know that it could be for you too. If watching this has inspired you in any way, please be sure to leave a comment, ask a question. I answer every single question. I respond to every single comment. Subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you on the next one.